What if I told you that a small group of people, made up of billionaires, powerful politicians and financial moguls, meets in secret every year to decide the fate of the world, while you're working, paying taxes, and worrying about the future? These people might be mapping out plans that will shape economic crises, wars, and even who the next global leader will be. This group is real, and its name is the Bilderberg Club. For decades, its meetings have been shrouded in mystery and conspiracy theories. But today, we're going to expose the secrets behind this elite club and the power it holds over your life. Stick around until the end. Some truths might be more disturbing than you ever imagined. Behind the scenes of the world, where crucial decisions are made far from the public eye, one of the most mysterious groups in modern history was born. The year was 1954. The Cold War was at its peak, and the fear of another world war was real. In this context, some of the most powerful figures of the time decided they needed a space to discuss the future of humanity. Away from the media, away from the public, and away from any oversight. The first meeting took place at the luxurious Hotel Bilderberg in the Netherlands. The hotel's name ended up giving the club its title. The initial goal seemed noble: to bring together leaders from Europe and the United States to strengthen ties between the two Western blocs. But what started as an informal forum quickly turned into something much bigger. Unlike public conferences like the UN or the World Economic Forum, Bilderberg meetings allow no records, no recordings, and no disclosures of any kind. Nothing discussed in those rooms can leave them. And it was precisely this absolute secrecy that gave birth to one of the biggest conspiracy theories in history. But who are the people that make up this elite group? The Bilderberg Club isn't just any club. Being rich or powerful isn't enough to get in. You have to be invited. Only the most influential people in the world receive this privilege, and the guest list changes every year. The participants include heads of state, international bankers, tech billionaires, media moguls, and renowned academics. Some of the names that have attended Bilderberg meetings include Bill Gates, Henry Kissinger, David Rockefeller, George Soros, and even European royalty such as Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands and Prince Charles. But what makes it even more intriguing is the extreme secrecy surrounding its guests. Unlike public events, where attendee lists are released and covered by the press, Bilderberg meetings are heavily guarded. Many participants arrive on private jets, escorted by heavily armed security teams. And don't think they're just there for small talk. Many believe that the decisions made behind these closed doors directly influence the direction of the world. Topics reportedly discussed include global politics, economic crises, pandemics, climate change, and the rise of artificial intelligence. But what really happens inside these meetings? That leads us to the next mystery. The Bilderberg Club is surrounded by mystery, but there's one thing that remains the same at every meeting: absolute secrecy. Unlike traditional political and economic events, which are covered by the media and open for public discussion, everything at Bilderberg happens behind closed doors. To ensure that nothing leaks, participants follow the Chatham House rule, a policy that prevents anyone from revealing the content of discussions. In other words, what happens at Bilderberg stays at Bilderberg. But over the years, some information has leaked, and it's disturbing. Reports suggest that these meetings cover topics that go far beyond global economics and international relations. Some sources claim that the club has discussed abolishing physical money and creating a global digital financial system, manipulating economic crises where recessions are planned to benefit specific groups, population control with proposals to limit population growth in certain countries, wars and geopolitical conflicts where the group allegedly influences military interventions and government overthrows. In 2009, journalist Daniel Estulin, one of the few to deeply investigate the club, claimed that decisions made at Bilderberg directly shape global politics. He suggests that elected leaders like Bill Clinton, Tony Blair, and Barack Obama had their careers boosted after attending the event. If this is true, it means that elections, wars, and even the fate of entire nations may be decided long before the public ever finds out. Which brings us to an even bigger question. Is Bilderberg just an exclusive discussion group, or is there something much bigger going on behind the scenes? If there's a group that brings together the most powerful people on the planet, makes secret decisions, and allows zero transparency, it's only natural that conspiracy theories would start to grow around it. And when it comes to the Bilderberg Club, the suspicions are endless. Some believe that the group acts as a shadow government, controlling major political and economic decisions across the world. They don't need votes. They don't need public approval. They simply decide humanity's fate behind the scenes. Among the most popular conspiracy theories surrounding the club, a few stand out. The New World Order. The idea that Bilderberg is part of a global plan to erase borders, create a single government, and control all nations under a technocratic regime. Election manipulation. Some claim that political leaders receive Bilderberg's backing before even launching their campaigns, ensuring that only candidates aligned with the club's interests rise to power. Engineering economic crises. Theorists suggest that recessions and financial collapses are planned, weakening nations while strengthening major corporations. Depopulation agenda. The belief that pandemics, climate policies, and food control are tools to reduce global population, all allegedly linked to Bilderberg. And it doesn't stop there. Some believe that Bilderberg is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Groups like the Illuminati, Freemasonry, and the Trilateral Commission often come up in the same discussions, suggesting that a network of secret organizations is pulling the strings of the world. But are these theories just mass paranoia, or is there some truth behind them? To answer that, we need to understand just how far Bilderberg's power really goes. If the Bilderberg Club were just a gathering of leaders discussing the future of the world without any real influence, maybe there wouldn't be so many mysteries and conspiracy theories surrounding it. But what happens after Bilderberg meetings raises suspicions. Over the years, several major global decisions have coincided with topics discussed at the club. Some of them include the creation of the euro. Leaked documents suggest that Bilderberg was already discussing a unified European currency in the 1950s. 3 decades later, the euro was born. The 2008 financial crisis. Some believe that banks and financial institutions linked to Bilderberg knew the collapse was coming and positioned themselves to profit from it. The rise of global leaders. Many politicians who attended Bilderberg meetings were elected shortly afterward. Coincidence or carefully planned strategy? One of the most famous cases involves Bill Clinton. Before becoming President of the United States, Clinton attended a Bilderberg meeting in 1991. The following year, he won the election. The same thing happened with Tony Blair, who attended in 1993 and became Prime Minister of the UK in 1997. And the list goes on. If these reports are true, it means that Bilderberg doesn't just discuss the future, it actively shapes it. But if this group wields so much power, what role will it play in the coming years? If the Bilderberg Club truly has this much influence over the direction of the world, the big question is, what are they planning now? In recent years, leaks have suggested that the topics discussed in Bilderberg meetings include artificial intelligence, climate change, pandemics, and even the control of social media. With the rise of technology, one of the biggest speculations is that Bilderberg might be preparing for a world where physical money disappears and all transactions become digital and trackable. This would give the group absolute control over the global economy. There are also indications that recent meetings have focused on the role of big tech, including companies like Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. If these tech giants are involved with Bilderberg, it raises the possibility that information manipulation is happening on a deeper level than we ever imagined. Another concerning factor is that with the advancement of AI and digital surveillance, Bilderberg's secrecy could be at risk. In the past, it was easy to hide what happened behind closed doors, but today, the demand for transparency grows stronger every year. So the real question is, will the Bilderberg Club continue operating as it always has, or will it have to change its strategy to maintain its power? The future of Bilderberg may be on the line, but one thing is certain. As long as secrets are being kept and decisions are being made behind closed doors, conspiracy theories will never stop. And maybe, just maybe, some of them are true. What do you think? Is the Bilderberg Club just a group of influential people discussing the future of the world? Or are we looking at one of the most powerful and secretive organizations in history? One thing is clear. While most people go about their daily lives without even realizing it, a select group is making decisions that could change everything around us. Want more secrets like this? Then subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and drop a comment sharing your thoughts on this mystery. See you in the next video.